I ultimately decided to not go ahead and make it a Disneydude on the Mulan remake because I don't want to rent $30. So for this week's Disneydude, I ultimately decided to instead go with Earth to Ned. And I only really had time to watch 3 episodes this week because stuff in my life. Don't blame me. Blame my life. So, what is Earth to Ned about? Well, it is a brand new show produced by the Jim Henson Company for Disney Plus about a group of aliens who came to Earth, but the leader of the alien invaders was like, hey, this Earth looks kind of cool. We shouldn't blow them up. I like talk shows. Let's make a talk show. So they make a talk show. And they bring in like some celebrity guests. I only watched 3 episodes, so like Kristen Shaw and Billy D. Williams. Yeah, they go. And eventually like people like RuPaul join in and the show's okay. It's not like super funny. It's not one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It okay. I don't. In fact, I think this is. I also have the same type of problem. It's the show isn't all talk show. Like in between, like the interviews, we do see the character bits with the Ned, the host, who is a bit of like it's kind of a jerk, to be honest. No, he's like a bit naive, but a jerk at the same time, kind of. Got his sidekick Cornelius, who's basically the second in command. You got the computer AI, who I kind of forgot the name of, who is a bit of sassy, who also has a podcast. So that's a thing. And there's these little minion ripoffs that go around. So yeah. Although I will admit the puppetry in this show is actually really good. It's probably the best thing about it is the puppetry, like specifically Ned. It reminds me of Jim Henson's later career, like Jim Henson in the mid to late 80s, where he really tried to push puppetry to its limit with tons of detailed, huge, complex puppets. Most notable in stuff such as the Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, and the Storyteller. So the puppetry is easily my favorite element of this show, and the characters are, yeah. And when they interview the celebrities, there's a bit of part of me is like, the celebrities feel awkward, like they don't know what to think of it. And it'll have a bit like, they seem like they kind of seem like they're having a good time, but it's weird. I don't know what to say about this show, to be honest. It's just okay. And the thing is, I also had the same reaction to Muppets Now. Yeah, Muppets Now was released on Disney Plus in late July, like the final day of July, and the last episode aired the day that Earth to Ned came out. So, I guess you could technically consider this a twofer. And the thing about what's wrong, the big problem about Muppets Now is that these sketches are way too long, and there's little, if any, actual character bits. Because I feel like with Muppets Now, they're repeating themselves. They're repeating the Crap Boys that was one of the original Muppet Show pilots, the Muppet Show Sex and Violence. where there were several sketches all across the 22-minute runtime, but very little character. And with the other Muppet Show pilot, the Muppet Valentine's Show, it had very little sketches, but then a bit too much with a lot of character. And the Muppet Show reached that perfect balance between character bits and sketches. It seems that with Muppets Now, they just want to do the sketches, and that's it. And technically, they do have the character bits with Scooter trying to edit the show and send it live. But they're very brief. Like, they're probably like 20 seconds long each. They usually have Scooter sending the show live, and with the random Muppet just just giving him a bit of a hard time or something like that. Although there is one segment in the Muppets Now that I actually think is good. My favorite one out of all of them is when the Muppet Chat, where a random Muppet would sit down with a celebrity. Now, this actually brings in a lot of character in this segment from both the Muppets and the celebrity. And it feels like it's unscripted. Maybe it was, but it feels incredibly unscripted. They only did 3 throughout the season, and to rank them all from worst to best, it would be the Miss Piggy one with whoever the frick she was with, I forgot. Fozzie with Seth Rogen, and Kermit with RuPaul. I liked how Kermit was trying to interview RuPaul, but Fozzie just kept screwing it up, and also several Muppets just coming in and being like, ah. And I also like with Fozzie interviewing Seth Rogen, where Seth Rogen took inspiration from Fozzie, and Fozzie babysitting those baby Muppets, and the babies being familiar with Seth Rogen's work, apparently. See, those kids are the ones... See, those kids' parents brought them to see... Oh, I understand. You're the kids whose parents took them to see Sausage Party. Well, then. But aside from that, I don't think there's really anything that special about Muppets Now, which is incredibly sad, because the thing is, Disney does not know what to do with the Muppets, it seems like. Because we get tons of stuff from Marvel and Star Wars and Pixar and the Disney animated movies. The Muppets seem like a bit of an afterthought for Disney. Although we did get 2 brand new shows from that Jim Henson Company this year in a very short amount of time. It seems that ever since the success of the recent Muppet movies, Disney just didn't know what to do with the Muppets. They were going to make another Muppet show for Disney Plus, which would be made by Josh Gad and the creators of Once Upon a Time. Apparently, it would have been a sequel to Muppet Takes Manhattan, and it would have been about the strange disappearance of Rolf. But due to creative differences, that project ended up getting canceled, which I think was the very first time that something was announced, and I was completely disappointed that it ended up getting canceled. Because it actually sounded pretty interesting. But at least we still got Muppets Now, which I'm indifferent about. I want a really good Muppet product to come from Disney. Because technically, the last really good Muppet product that they made was Muppets Most Wanted. And I guess you could say the last really good Muppet project in general that I've seen lately was the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, if you want to call that the Muppets, but technically it's just Jim Henson Company. But then again, Disney Plus included Earth to Ned in their Muppet collection, so I guess you can call the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance a Muppet show. Very different type of Muppet show, a bit of a screwed up Muppet show, but so I guess I should get back to what I was talking about. Earth to Ned and Muppets Now, they're okay. I probably won't watch the rest of Earth to Ned, and I might not even watch season 2 of Muppets Now if they make that. I would love for a real modern day equivalent to the Muppet Show, not Muppets Now. Like, the Muppets are putting on a show. The sketches and musical numbers go on for about 2 minutes rather than 5. And there were no musical numbers in Muppets Now. They would just repeat the same type of sketches for 5 minutes over and over again. And I actually started to get sick of seeing this Swedish Chef Cook-Off, or Muppet Labs Field Test, and Lifestyle with Ms. Piggy. I mean, the reason I liked the whole interview thing, the whole Muppet interview thing, was because they didn't force themselves to do it every episode. So, I would love to see a brand new version of The Muppet Show where they pretty much just did what they did on The Muppet Show. And I would also love to see a new Muppet movie, because it's been 6 years since the last one. So, whether you continue the story from Muppets Most Wanted or you do something brand new, maybe make a movie version of that Muppet Hamilton YouTube video that got popular a couple months ago. Disney, just do something with the Muppets that's actually, like, really good. Please. I'm rambling. Ramble. Excuse me. No, that's it for this really terrible video, to be honest. I mean, I'm indifferent about these products. So the video's indifferent. Bye.